This April, Midland Power added this Ford F-150 Lightning, an all-electric truck, to our fleet. Since then, we've racked up more than 6,000 miles, putting the truck to the test. The addition of the Lightning is part of our ongoing research as we prepare for the potential widespread electrification of the transportation sector. Now that we've had the opportunity to drive our Lightning for the last 6 months, we wanted to take a moment and share some of what we've learned with our members. Hi, I'm Ryan Henn, Energy Services Director here at Midland Power. Now let me be clear, just because we've added an EV to our fleet doesn't mean we're encouraging all of our members to run out and buy one, or that we're not supportive of other fuel sources, including our homegrown ethanol industry. As a member-owned electric cooperative, we're committed to providing our members with unbiased information about all things electric, and that includes electric vehicles and plug-in hybrid electric vehicles. So why did we choose the Lightning over the other types of electric vehicles on the market? Well, first, we really wanted a vehicle that could still tow and would be useful out in the field. And in that regard, the Lightning has been great. So let's start with the positives. One of the first things people comment on when they drive the Lightning is that it pretty much drives like any other truck. But the 131 kilowatt-hour extended range battery provides an impressive 580 horsepower and 775 pound-feet of torque, giving it a 0 to 60 time of less than 4 seconds. Not bad for a truck that weighs more than 6,700 pounds. Now, on our Lightning, we've been charging it almost exclusively at our Boone office or one of our other offices or service centers where we've installed commercial-grade level 2 chargers just like this one. Now, on this extended range Lightning, it can actually recharge at up to 19.2 kilowatts per hour, which means that on a typical day, we can recharge the truck in as little as 4 to 6 hours and have it be ready to go again the next morning. To date, it's cost us approximately $350 in added electricity to drive the 6,000 miles we've added to the odometer. Compare that to an estimated $880 if we'd fueled a comparable internal combustion engine F-150. That equals out to a cost of about 6 cents per mile. And since there's no oil to change, we've saved another $150 or so on routine maintenance. In fact, the only maintenance we've needed was a parking sensor software update that unfortunately couldn't be installed over the air and required a quick trip to our local Ford dealer. Now, speaking of dealers, if you're in the market for an EV, it's important to know which vehicles qualify for the federal tax credits. There's both a new EV tax credit of up to $7,500 and a used tax credit of up to $4,000. But not all vehicles or taxpayers qualify, so be sure to visit the IRS website or speak to your dealer for details. On our Lightning, we chose to lease the vehicle, so in lieu of the tax credit, we received an equivalent lease incentive from Ford. But again, check with your dealer to learn about their programs and which vehicles qualify. While we've been really impressed with the Lightning so far, there are some drawbacks. First is the range. Even though this extended range Lightning promises to get around 300 miles on a single charge, we find that's a bit optimistic. In fact, we typically see it get around 240 on a charge. So why the discrepancy? Well, it turns out we think it's largely due to speed. You see, unlike an internal combustion engine, which gains efficiency at high speeds, the opposite is true for these electric vehicles. And since here in central Iowa, most of our driving is done at highway speeds, that actually harms the range of these EVs. That range decreases even further in cold weather or when you tow a trailer or other large load. In our testing, when we've towed a fully loaded trailer around our service area, we've seen the range drop by roughly 40%. This model has the max tow package, so it's rated to tow up to 10,000 pounds and actually handles really well. Of course, it's important to remember that the fuel economy on an internal combustion engine also drops when towing. But since there still aren't a ton of DC fast chargers in our area, that drop in range can make trip planning more challenging. So that's what we've learned so far. Now remember, you can always reach out to our energy services team by calling us at 1-800-833-8876. They'd be happy to visit with you and answer any questions you have about EVs and how adding one to your garage may impact your future electric bills. You can also visit us at midlandpower.coop/EV. We've got a great calculator there, as well as a host of information to help you determine if driving an EV is right for you. You can also sign up for our Drive EV Car Club or learn more about our EV charger rebate. And lastly, if you're seriously considering adding an EV or already have, be sure to let us know. We want to be able to verify your transformer size to ensure that we can continue to provide you with the safe, reliable, and affordable electricity you depend on.